Hi, I'm Chef Jacques Pepin, and this is American Master at Home. There is nothing as simple and as good as just a fried egg. There is a way of doing it. I mean, my way of doing it, not everyone's way, but mine. So, a tablespoon of butter in there, 2 eggs. Always break the eggs on something flat like this, up to open your egg. Otherwise, when you do it on something pointed like this, it push the shell inside, often break the yolk and introduce bacteria. So something flat this way. Okay. So the idea here is to do it at relatively low temperature, which is not exactly what you do in a cafeteria, because cooking it at low temperature will give you an egg with very tender egg white. And that was the idea when I was a kid. You were taught how to do it, so it was very tender, the white, no crustiness around, and cooking slowly this way. So it's very tender. So just melt the butter, and a couple of eggs will go in there. A dash of salt on top of it. Rest of the seasoning will come later. And here, now I'm going to reduce the heat to very low. And I want to cover it. I want to glaze the top of the egg. What we call off miroir, a mirror, is glass on top. Sometimes to help a little bit on that, what I do, I put like a teaspoon of water around. Not much, but that, with the lid on tip, that creates a steam, a little bit of steam, and it will glaze the top. And that will take about 2 minutes. It's about ready, of course. I like my eggs, runny in the center. Of course, you can leave them longer if you don't want to have them ready. But as you can see here, the whole top is glazed. Now, and it cooked very gently. Whoop, this way. And that will go onto my plate. This way. I like to put cracked paper on top here. Again, question of taste, maybe a few chives too. And here is the way I like my eggs. So you can see here that that thing is still very runny. This is thick, but that egg white here is going to be very, very tender and soft. And the center here will be this way, just the way I like it. It's my way of doing it. Try that one. Happy cooking. I want to show you how to make scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs, my way or the classic way. I'm doing a little bit of a garnish here. You don't have to, or you can have all kind of other things. Here I have a couple of mushrooms and a third of a cup of diced tomato that I had around. So I could saute that as a garnish to serve on top. And eggs. I have 5 eggs, 6 eggs here. Make sure you break your egg on something flat like this, rather than on something pointed like this, because it brings the shell inside, introduce bacteria very often, and often break the yolk. So here I have salt, pepper. I think I want to put some a bit of chive in there. They happen to be here. And with a fork. Now you don't want to turn this gently in the middle because it's like a wet mop. You got to go from one side to the other side to really break the white. To really break the white like that. So that I don't have any long string. Okay, here is my tomato in there. Dash of salt. I saute it for a minute, 30 seconds too, and that basically it as a garnish. Now your eggs, of course, you would do them at the last moment, not ahead. And I like to have a sturdy pan like that to do my eggs. A good tablespoon of butter in there. The idea here is that you want to keep the creamiest possible egg. So what I do, I'm going to keep a little bit of, like 2 tablespoons, a couple of tablespoons of this to add to it at the end to stop the cooking. I also may add a tablespoon of cream to do that. So this is the classic way of doing the scrambled eggs. I have a nice pan here because that pan doesn't really have any corner like that. Otherwise, you really have to go in the corner here. But this one being this way, like a bowl. And now I will start with this. Sometimes people do it classic way in a double boiler, to go slowly in the double boiler, and it's fine too. But I prefer to do it directly on the heat like that. If I feel that the heat goes too fine, I pull it out. Actually, a classic French omelette, we try to have the curd of the egg very, very smooth also. As I say, if I feel that it's going a bit fast like that, I remove it from the heat, continue mixing it. It's going to be ready soon. See, as soon as I see the bottom of the pan like this, because there is a lot of heat in that pan which will continue cooking, so I will stop it here. And that's when I add a little bit of the egg leftover, which will cook in there and cool off my mixture, and maybe a tablespoon of cream too. Remember that, yes, that pot will keep the heat quite a lot. And that's basically it. So you serve that sometime in a bread casing, but usually, well, it's a nice portion of egg that my wife would love egg like this. So she would love this. Maybe a little bit of my garnish in the center of it here. Œuf brouillé à la tomate. I hope you enjoyed it. Happy cooking! You know, when I don't know what to do for lunch or dinner even, I usually end up with eggs. And I wanted to show you here how to make a kind of country omelette. Very easy to do, very inexpensive, and always great to eat. So the first thing on this one, I would start with a couple of tablespoons of oil. This would be an omelette for 2 people. I mean, very generous. Yeah. And there I'm doing it with potato. Here I have a medium potato, half an onion, and you want to saute your potato and your onion first. Okay, so here they are, potato and onion. It's going to take about 4 or 5 minutes to cook, a dash of salt on top of it, of course. I may even cover them and cook them gently. Then in there I'm going to put 4 eggs. Alright, break your eggs flat like this. Inside salt, pepper, chives. I do use a lot of herbs. I mean, chive parsley, and one of the reasons is that I have a garden and it's plentiful, and at that time of the year I always use it. When you have to pay a small fortune for the little bunch of it, I use it less. See how my potatoes are doing here. They're starting to brown. Make sure when you beat your egg like this, that you just don't go in the center like this, because it's like a wet mop. Go from one side to the other to really break the white. So you don't have long streak of egg white. And here I'm putting about 1/3 of a cup of Gruyere cheese, or mozzarella, or jack cheese, any cheese, or no cheese at all if you decide. What we're going to do is cover the omelette with a tomato. So I'm going to cut a plum tomato here, about 5-6 slices of tomato. That should cover. Let's see. Yeah, the potato are cooked now. So you want to go on. This is a small pan, a 7-inch total pan, and for an omelette for 2, it's great. I'm going to finish that omelette under the broiler. The first thing that we do, however, is to cook the eggs. And as you can see here, I'm going to bring them around to mostly cook them. But I still like it slightly wet in the center. That's purely a question of preference, It's still a bit wet, as I can see. So now I'm going to put my tomato on top. And basically, one tomato should cover about the whole thing. Maybe a dash of salt on top. And a little bit of oil too. And then I'm going to put that under the broiler. I have my omelette now underneath, as you can see. So that I could unmold it, or make it slide. Usually, with a good non-stick pan, it should slide out. You can put a little bit of oil around on the edge. Okay. Yep. I could unmold it this way, or as I said, if you want it the other way, it should slide around this way. You like that look better. So here you cut that omelette. As you can see, that omelette will still be a little wet inside, and that's how I like it, especially how Gloria likes it. For me, there is nothing easier to make than crepe. When I was a kid, my mother made crepe all the time. When Claudine was small, my daughter, she would bring someone from school, they get up, they sit at the counter, I make crepe. And you see, I just put a skillet here, and I put a large one, 7-inch bottom. I'm going to put a good tablespoon of butter on top of it. Yeah, good tablespoon of butter. And by the time this is melted, I'm ready to make the crepe. So here I have 1/3 of a cup of flour, 1 egg. Whoop, that's it. And a little bit, I have 1/2 cup of milk. I just put a little bit of the milk, a little dash of salt, and a bigger dash of sugar. And then I mix. Now remember that you do your crepe, whether you do them for sweet, or whether you do them to stuff them with fish, or with meat, or anything like this, it doesn't really matter. The crepe is the same. Now notice what I did here. I mix it, but only with some of the liquid. When I only have a little bit of liquid in it, the thread of the whisk would make it very smooth. If I put all of the liquid in it, then I may have lump. So now I can put the rest of the liquid in it. And as you can see here, my mixture is very thin. Here, you can see how liquid it is. And you can see also that my butter, now it's melted. I will have the butter to it, mix it, and that's it. I'm ready to do the first crepe. Now, about a quarter of a cup of mixture, I put it here and spread it all around. It's better to put less than more in it. Because even if you have a little corner where you have a little bit of missing, you can always add it. Now it has to cook about a minute, a good minute on one side. It could even be, the batter could even be slightly more liquid than that. Usually the first crepe, they say it's for the dog. No, not for me, I use the first crepe different. And I turn it, okay. Only time that I put butter in it is when I melt the butter to add to the mixture. I don't have to have anything else now. If you don't want to put butter, you can put a tablespoon of oil instead. So you cook it about 30 seconds on the other side. Now it's very loose, so it's easy to flip. And then now I slide it this way. Okay. Now second crepe. Notice that I put the batter in the corner here and I spread it out very fast and I shake it. And a little more too. Okay. Now, as soon as the batter touches the pan, it will coagulate and set. So the speed at which you spread it determines how thin the crepe is going to be. So you don't put it in the center. You put it in the center, people do this, so it goes all over the place. And to know, you put it here on one side and spread it out this way to really spread it out. And as I said, even if you have a little bit missing, it's okay. Now you can see the side of that crepe is getting, so I usually lift it up, turn it, nice brown color. It could be a little browner than that, but that side of the crepe is always a nice side. I mean, it's nicer browning. So you turn it upside down in this point, or I flip it so that when you fold it to serve it, this is what you see on top. So that's an important part. And with a third of a cup of flour, as you can see, I will do about 6 crepes at least. And those are large ones. Usually crepes are done into 4 or 5 ounce pan, but then you have to serve several per person. Here I serve only 1 or 2. Here it is. So I flip it. I put it this way, and again, spread it again here from this side. Spread it fast, shake it, shake it, shake it, that's it. And actually, it could even be slightly more liquid. I put a bit of water in there. When it's very liquid like this, you will see that the side of the crepe become like little hole all over the place, and like lace. And we call that very lacy crepe. Okay, 2 crepes like that per person is fine. Okay, again. Now, when I was a kid, usually we had the crepe with confiture, as a dessert. So I have some crepe here, maybe a tablespoon of apricot jam. Sometimes we just put sugar in the middle, sugar and some butter. Sometimes grated chocolate on top of it too. So you can have it this way. Here I can fold it, and as you see, that side is the nicest side. So this is the side which should go on top. Folding it in fourths like this. Some of the time, you can do it this way and roll it that way. Another way of rolling it. And sometimes just with a bit of sugar on top. Easy, inexpensive, a dessert fit for a king. This is how you make crepes. Happy cooking. I love eggs. I have hundreds of recipes with eggs. This is a special one, and it involves hard-cooked eggs. And it's not that easy to do hard-cooked eggs the right way. You have an egg like this, very often, see on the rounder part of the egg, I make a hole like that with some tag like this. There is an air chamber here. It relieves the pressure and it prevents the egg from cracking in the water, but it's not that important, even if you don't do it. Okay, you boil water, drop the eggs in it, bring it back to a bare boiled. And because we call that hard cooked egg, not hard boiled egg. If it boils too much, the egg whites get tough. So cook it for about 9-10 minutes. And after that, pour out the hot water, put cold water on top of it, some ice, and leave it there at least 10-15 minutes. If you do that, you will have beautiful egg like this one. As you can see, there is no green around the yolk. And because it was refreshed fast enough and the sulfur left. Now to peel it, what you do, the best thing is really to break it like that all around with a spoon, and I have a whole bunch of eggs, and then you go right under running water to peel it. Okay, so you put it underneath and you crack it so that to get, not only do you have the shell, but you have a skin underneath, and you have to go under that skin. And when you go under the skin here, that's it. With the water, then it will peel very easily. That's the way you peel your eggs. I call those eggs of Jeannette. Jeannette is my mother. She used to do those eggs when we were kids, and I never seen them done by anyone other. So the idea that you have your hard cooked egg, what she did is to empty the center in there. Yeah, okay. You can cut your egg the long way or across, it doesn't matter really. I have a large clove of garlic, some parsley. So I'll crush that garlic, the parsley, that goes together. Now that mixture of garlic and parsley, we call in France persillade. Persil is parsley and I is garlic. So persillade is really the signature of home cooking. My mother would cook, and she was a terrific cook. She'd saute some fish, put persillade. She sauteed some zucchini, persillade at the end. She sauteed some tomato, persillade. Even a steak. Saute the steak, persillade. So here, I have the persillade that will go in there. Here I'll use this to crush this. All right. Here I will put a little bit of salt, pepper, and a bit of milk. Make 2 tablespoons of milk to make a puree out of it, you know. If I do a lot of those, if I have a dozen and a half, then I do it in the food processor, maybe a dash more. Okay, and then we're gonna stuff the egg. Now restuff the egg, because we are going to cook the eggs after, saute them. And what you want to do, fill it up, but you always want to have a little bit of that mixture in there left to do a sauce with it. So I have about probably a good 1-2 tablespoons left over. We'll do the sauce with it. First, we're going to saute the eggs, olive oil, and we put stuff side down, you know, there. And they cook pretty fast, and they get beautifully brown. Now in this here, I'm going to put a little bit of mustard, good French mustard here, and a dash of water, oh, maybe a tablespoon, and maybe even a dash of vinegar, not too much, and then the olive oil. So I have a mustard sauce here. That mustard sauce, I have used it for one thing or another. I emulsify it with this olive oil. This is the taste of my youth. That's it. So let me taste this. A dash, maybe another little dash of salt. Okay. Those are cooking here. You brown them only on one side. I'll put my sauce in there. And I'm sure now my eggs are done. The best way to turn your eggs is just move them like this. Whoop! As you can see, they are largely done. A beautiful egg, Jeannette. Usually you let them cool off a little bit, of course, but here they are. And this is a favorite at my house, not only with me, even my wife Gloria does it, Claudine does it. We all do the egg Jeannette. My mother would be proud of me. Happy cooking.